Hey everyone's JackelWolf back at MC Eternal with another 5 minutes. That's how I did it. Now, if you've been following along, you know that we are working our way through the quest book. Last episode, we did the sandwich station, which allowed us to go onto the tool station, and that gets us into the Tinker's Construct mod pack. That is really, really good. This episode, what we're going to do is we're going to go and continue along that path and move on to the Tool Forge quest, which is going to allow us to, build some better Tinker's weapons. While we are here on the screen, though, and because I am actually going to use one a little bit later on, I also did some mining down low. And I managed to find myself some diamonds, so we might as well go and grab that reward while we're at it. So we'll get our 50 monies, we'll get our loot reward. Ooh, 16 donuts. Interesting. Okay, that's sprinkled donuts. That's kind of cool. And then steel leaf legs, which is really nice. That's going to go well with my steel leaf helm that we got. That is really, really cool. And these donuts not eaten yet. Just they give a hunger off. That's not too bad. You know what? I am a little hungry right now. Let's go and munch on those. Ooh, it looks like I got a buff out of that. Oh, no, I don't know. It doesn't look like I actually got anything. Not a big deal, though. Those are really, really cool. To do the Tool Forge quest, we're first going to have to make ourselves a Tool Forge. To make a Tool Forge, we're going to need a tool station. We built this one last time, but to craft a tool station, it is simply a crafting station and a blank pattern. That gets you a tool station. And if we take that tool station, put it in a crafting table with 4 solid blocks of iron and 4 blocks of seared bricks, we get ourselves a tool forge. Now, this is very, very similar to the tool station that we built before, and I'm actually going to throw it right in front of it just for comparison's sake. I will probably remove this one at some point in the future anyways, but if we click on the tool table, you can see there are 13 different tools or weapons that we can make, and then the one, it's actually covered by my face cam there, but it's an anvil and the hammer, and that's basically the screen we're on now, the default screen. This is where you can add modifiers to your tools. So 13 tools or weapons. If we go over to the tool forge, we have now got 23 weapons total. So that's an extra 10 tools and weapons that are really, really cool. These high level ones are really, really nice, but they do take a little bit more to make them. At least some of them do. They are really, really good though. Very, very useful. But you know what? That is that for that quest. So let's open that up. We're going to click on that. There is our 50 monies. There's our loot reward, world's smallest violin. All right, that's kind of cool. That's hilarious. Let me play you a sad song of the world's smallest violin, a SpongeBob reference, control for recipe. You can actually craft it. That is really, really funny. I like that. That is cool. But because this is such an easy one to get, what we're going to do now is I'm going to go over how to use this tool forge. It's very similar to the tool station, but again, we've got a couple different options, and I've got this smeltery set up to build some parts for us. So what we're going to do is we're going to go and build myself a cleaver. I like the cleaver as a weapon. It comes with a default modifier of beheading. So any time that you kill a mob, there is an increased chance that you can get the heads as a drop. This is very useful if you are, hunting some withers to get some wither heads to, fight the wither, or wither skeletons to get some wither heads to fight the wither. This is a very, very useful tool to have. And just in general, it is a really, really cool looking one as well. But we're going to need 2 tough tool rods, a large sword blade, and a large plate piece. So I've got this sort of preset up over here. I've got the large sword blade, the plate, and the tough tool rod. And what we need to do now is we need to pick some materials. And this is where this gets really, really complicated. If we open up our Tinkers and Me, our Materials and You book, and we flip to the tool materials, you can see there is a row up here. There's a page there, plus 2 more pages worth of materials. There's an absolute ton of materials here. All of them have very, very different stats and modifiers and durabilities, and building a combination can be really, really tough, especially depending on what you have for resources. So I've kind of gone through my inventory here, and there's a couple of things that I think will work really, really well. For the blade, I've chosen to go with the nickel. If we open up this book and go to the tool metals, the nickel is right there. That is because if I build a head with the out of nickel, I automatically get critical, which always does a critical hit. That's a pretty handy thing to have on a weapon. I mean, you're not really going to help you if you got a pickaxe or something like that. But for a weapon, that is really, really good. So what I'm going to do, I've got the nickel ready to go. 8 ingots worth. I'm going to pour that into that mold. That's going to use up all 8 ingots to make that blade. So the higher level blades definitely use more materials as well. While that is pouring, we're going to go look at the second material. That is going to be the plate. Now I have chosen to make this out of molten silver. And actually, while we're here, I'm going to throw in this copper. If I had the copper in the smeltery with the nickel, it would have alloyed together to make, I believe it's like Constantine. That's fine if that's what you want to do. But if you're trying to keep that material pure, you got to be careful what you're putting into your smeltery at any one time. The last thing you need to do is mix up a whole bunch of different stuff. So there's that copper there, but I want to make this out of molten silver. So we're going to come over here. We're going to go and start that pouring. When this is done, it's actually going to go into this chest. I've got a whopper underneath, which is like a wood hopper. Basically, it's a regular hopper, except it's only got one slot. In a case like this, 5 slots doesn't make any, doesn't mean a whole lot. 1 slot is more than enough. Anything that goes in there will pop up into that chest. So that is perfect. Next up is the tool rod. As I said, we've put the copper in here. So if we open up our tools and me, we can go pop that back. Tool material is going to be copper, which is right there. That gets us the well-established modifier, which basically you gain extra additional XP, which is really good. That is always something nice to have. So we're going to go and start pouring that. Now, casting is not the only way that you can make parts for these tools. You can actually use your part builder over here, like we did before when we built our simple stone pickaxe. This is going to go away pretty quickly because it is not very good. I'm going to do a proper one using some of these better materials. But if we go into the part builder, you can see we've got the tough tool rod pattern. I'm actually going to make this tough tool rod out of amber. Now, if we go open up the materials and you flip this back up, tool materials, amber, that gets us the shocking modifier. So running around, breaking blocks, or hitting things charges your tool. Hitting an enemy discharges it, dealing damage and providing a speed boost. Mining a block discharges it, giving a mining boost. So that is really, really cool. We'll come back over there, grab that amber tool rod. This one only uses up 3 pieces of material, which is kind of interesting where that tool rod, oh, actually, you know what? It did not. That tool rod only used 3 ingots as well. So the tough tool rod does not take as much as the large blade or the cast, which is good. And since we are right here, let's go and flip that back on. We'll start making ingots out of whatever is left in here. 4 ingots. Oh, didn't mean to do that. I grabbed too much. And then we'll grab our large plate and our copper tough tool rod, and then we're going to come back over to the tool forge. We'll click on the cleaver, and there we go. We got our large silver plate, our nickel large sword blade. We'll put our amber tough tool rod in the one slot and our copper tough tool rod in the next. And we'll go check out some of the stats. So we've got almost 400 durability, 1051 on the attack modifier, modifiers of 3 versus undead is +5. So that is a pretty cool weapon there. One thing we got to test though, we've got 2 tough tool rods in here, and it could potentially make a difference which one is in which spot. So let's go swap those out, and you know what? There you go. We've got 416. So we picked up 17. I think it was like 17 extra durability out of that. Same attack, same modifiers, same versus undead. But we've got our well-established for our extra additional XP, our always do a critical hit, the holy, the shocking, and the beheading. All of those are really, really good. Take that out and we can go flip to our view, and I absolutely love that. Like, that is a really, really cool sword. But that's not the end of how we're going to go and make this sword now. What we can do is we can add some modifiers onto it. So on that first default screen, it's the anvil and the hammer. We take the sword, we'll put it in the middle, and we can add a whole number of different modifiers. There's not as many as there are materials, but there are a bunch of different modifiers. I think, like, if you look here, there is about 1 page worth of modifiers. But we got like redstone and lapis and diamond and emerald, all the way up to, like, you know, nether stars we saw there, expanders, TNT, mending moss is something we'll get to next episode or the episode after that. Raw fish. Oh, okay, fins. You put fins onto the arrow, it makes it swim underwater. That is actually really, really good. But what we're going to do is we're going to stick to some simple ones, some ones that I think you should probably start out with immediately for pretty much any weapon or tool that you make. First off is the diamond. That is going to get, increase our durability a lot, and actually increases our attack damage as well, which is really, really nice. Redstone increases haste. On a cleaver, you can see we got 50 out of 50. On a cleaver, it is a slow weapon, so any extra speed you got is going to help quite a bit. And then lapis, 49 out of 60. This is all the lapis I've got, but this is luck. So this is, basically a little bit of a fortune that you get on your weapon or on your tool, which is super, super handy. I'm going to have to go find a lot more lapis, so I can go put it on a pickaxe and stuff like that. So there you go. There is our nickel silver cleaver. It is a level of clumsy. The more I use it, the better it will get. 11.71 damage, which is nice. Well-established, crit kill, holy, shocking, beheading, luck, haste, diamond. Also, as you level up, you get you can upgrade it as well. There's other parts and stuff like that you can use to upgrade your tool as it goes along. So these are nice because they will stick with you for a long time. So put a little bit of time into it and make a really, really good one. There's only one thing left to do, and that is for us to go and test out this sword. What's that over there? Okay, that was the sound of my sword charging up. Holy cow, what are you? And I'm dead. Slain by a scarecrow. That is not good at all. Almost. Holy cow. Got revenge on the scarecrow. Bounty. Oh, we got a bounty out of that. That is really cool. Oh, I know where this is. That's part of my mine shaft down there. All right, so there we go. What do we get out of that scarecrow? We got a strange scroll. I don't know what that does. Can't really open it or anything like that. Didn't look like we picked up anything super, super interesting, but that's okay. We did get that other quest. Where is my quest book? Right there at the beginning. And we got a bounty on the bounty board. Scarecrow. An ancient story told that when you gaze into the scarecrow's hollow eye, your soul will be taken. Luckily, that's just a story. The scarecrow takes your soul using its scythe instead. Very nice. Ooh, some good rewards there. We got 200 monies. Loot reward. Game of Light. Okay, that's very interesting. Unclaimed black market container. And this might come in handy later. TNT. Only a brave soul would challenge a scarecrow at night. Cough, I made a fool. Well, thank you for telling me that now. I kind of wish you told me that a little bit earlier on. Okay, guys, so I cleaned up my inventory a little bit. Let's open up this black market container spawn lantern. Interesting, interesting. Mousy's mobs. It's kind of interesting. Let's just make a little bit of a space here. I don't know what that is. Oh, it's like a lantern. Oh, wow. Does it just float there? Can I kill it? What is that? Luminous jelly. Eat to briefly gain night vision. Oh, that's kind of cool. That is really cool. I'm going to have to see if there's some more we can do with those spawn lanterns. Now, this game of light makes me nervous. The question marks on it makes me kind of think of like a chance cube or a lucky block or something like that. So what we're going to do is we're going to go a little ways away. Okay, we're pretty far away from my house. I've got a little bit of unimpeded, you know, retreat room if it becomes a problem. Okay, I can't click it open. Light puzzle minigame. There's a quest for that. Oh, here it is. Okay, so found deep underground, rarely on occasion, complete to win a prize. Complete what to win a prize? Well, it's not harvestable. Oh! Okay, turn up the lights. Let's play a game. Click on the center block. You need to repeat the colors. So it's a memory game. Well, we got something out of this. Dungeon lamps. A bat in a bucket? Really? That's kind of interesting. Contaminated food. A wild rodent has touched this food. Not a good idea to eat this. I know that's part of the rats mod. I was watching Moo Face. She was actually looking for some of that. Quartz, dark steel, beetroot, pumpkin, wizard. Help, I'm trapped in a video game. Machine upgrade. Energy storage range the machine. Steadfast drone. That's going to be good. Antlers. Mystical world. That is really, really cool. Yeah, so we had a little bit of trouble. We need cobalt level. Definitely something we're going to have to do on in the future is get some of those. So I'm going to leave these here. We'll be able to see them from a distance. But yeah, that is really, really cool. You know what? That is going to be it for this one, though, guys. Let me know in the comments below if you did any of these quests any differently than I did. I would love to hear all the different ways out there are to do these quests in MC Eternal. Also, if you enjoyed this video, please think about leaving a like and a subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at JackelWolf. Also, check out the description below. There will be a link to my Discord page. I would love it if you guys stop by to say hi. As well, there will be a link to my Patreon page. If you enjoy this channel, if you enjoy this content and you want to support, stop by, check it out. There are a lot of great perks out there for all of my supporters. But that is it. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye. I love that sound.